Greetings, this video will teach you how to input grade codes and comment codes into ASPEN. This will cover everything you need to know to get your students' progress reports prepared for the first quarter of the school year. Since the progress reports for Dodea are different for kindergarten through 3rd grade and 4th through 6th grades, this will focus on kindergarten through 3rd grade. Before we get started, please be aware that there may be multiple ways to complete the different steps in ASPEN. I am just demonstrating the one that I find the simplest to use. First, we need to go to the correct screen to input our data. From the home screen, we will click on the Gradebook tab at the top of the screen. Next, you will notice a column of tabs on the left side. The very bottom one is Scores. We're going to click on that and we will see this screen. Ensure you are inputting data for the correct term by checking the pull-down menu labeled Term. Now we will start inputting our data. Science, Health, and Social Studies are the quickest because there is only one code for each student in each of these classes. You can check which class you are inputting by looking at the title. Here, we are on Social Studies. Now, we are going to add our first code. There are only 3 choices for this cell: N, P, and CD. Since the majority of the students will be receiving the code P, I always put that in the first cell. Instead of entering the code for each student, we will use the fill down option to speed this up. Click on the Options tab, and about halfway down is the fill down option. Click on that, and all the students' codes will be set on P. Now we will go through and change the students that earned CD or N codes. Simply click in the cell you want to change and enter capital CD or capital N, and then hit Enter. Next, and this is important, we will click on the Post Grades button. This will open a new window, and we click on the OK button. After clicking OK, it may take a few minutes to complete this step. Don't get impatient. It is important to post the grades because if we didn't do that step, the codes would not appear on the progress report. Our next step is to change the class so we can input that data. So we click on the pull-down menu labeled Class and choose Science. Again, we will be getting a loading scores message. Then get control of the mouse again. We follow the same steps as before. Enter P, fill down the rest, and change the entries for the students that earned a CD or N. Again, don't forget to post the information. We have to post each class's data for it to show up on the progress report. Also, you can go back and make changes as needed anytime until the grading period is locked, which is about 5 days after the last day of the marking period. Just remember to hit the Post button again to post the changes. The method to input the data for the health class is the same as social studies and science. You only need to repeat those steps. Entering the information for mathematics, language arts, and life skills requires a few more steps, but nothing too difficult. Let's start with the mathematics class. Our first column will have the code Z. And just like before, we will use the fill down option so all the students have the Z code in that column. Next, we go to the comment code columns. Here we will start with the column labeled Q1C1. After placing the cursor in the top cell, we will click on the Options tab. This time we will select the Lookup option. This will open a new window. Since we are working with mathematics, we will click on the Mathematics folder. Make sure you select the correct grade level when choosing the folder. After clicking on the folder, another screen will open with all the comment descriptions. Each description has 3 options: CD, N, or P. I always start with the P code. Find the comment you want to include and click on the circle on the left and press OK. You will now see the comment code in the cell. Then we use the fill out option to complete the column. Now we go to the next column and find the next comment code we want to use. Again, make sure you're using the correct folder, then select and fill down. If you know the code you want to enter, you can also type it directly into the cell, but the program is very touchy about the codes. Ensure you use capital letters or it will reject the code. You can enter up to 5 comment codes per class, but I only use 4 for mathematics. When you are changing the codes for individual students from P to CD or N, you need to type the whole code, but use C or N as the last letter entered instead of the letter P. Remember to press Post after completing each class then change classes to enter the data for language arts and life skills. I hope this made your first time using ASPEN for progress reports a little easier and stress-free. In the next video, I will show you how to create, save, and print your progress reports. Thank you for viewing.